We interviewed her. We found
That's right, sure. Yeah.
a location for her. Yeah, and she was like so warm to us. Joan Baez hung out with the whole crew afterwards, and we had snacks together. And, Arlo Guthrie was incredibly articulate and generous, with his time. And so everyone really wanted to be a part of it, and they wanted to contribute their insights. And my idea regarding and how to approach them was that they weren't just there to add some information. Their very presence and what they said was part of the story. Who they were was important. And that's kind of how I approach those interviews. And I hope that that comes off, that they're important people in Janis's life, and they, contributed to her journey.
Yes, they seem very personal, like very personal interviews. They were speaking about a dear friend. They weren't the icons that they are. They came from this kind of very warm place.
Yeah, and yet in the sense that you talked about earlier about, rooting Janis in her times, these are also iconic people about those times or societal changes. I mean, you can't talk about people coming out without talking about Lily Tomlin. And then there's Lily Tomlin. So it's not just about, her talking about Janis, but it does root it within what's going on in the larger society.
In some ways, we've sort of reflected a little bit about how Janis has lived multiple lives almost.
Yeah.
And they're somewhat centered in different locations, different periods of songwriting. Mm-hmm. And so each of these people represent different periods of her time. And I found that very fascinating, personally.